أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد الفاتح الخاتم وعلى آله حق العظيم. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon everyone. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, all praises are due to the Almighty Allah, the Lord of the universe, the most beneficent, the most merciful, the sovereign of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, and from you alone we implore help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those whom you have favored, neither of those who have incurred your wrath, nor of those who have gone astray. O Allah, maintain your praise persistently upon our chief and master Muhammad, the key to that which is closed, the seal to that which is fast, the upholder of the truth by the means of truth, the proper guide to your straight path, and upon his family according to his eminence and his great honor. Assalamu alaikum. Once again, good afternoon everyone. I am back on my series of lectures on the topic, the Divine Mandate series. If you can remember, in the last session, we are discussing the period of Prophet Noah. Prior to that, we did mention that Prophet Shisu was the first prophet ever to be appointed among the children of Adam. And we did say that between Prophet Noah and Prophet, actually it was supposed to be between Prophet Adam and Prophet Shiz. There was no any prophet between Adam and Shiz. But between Prophet Shiz and Prophet Noah, there was Prophet Idris, whose biblical name is Prophet Enoch. Enoch was a prophet that emerged between the period of Prophet Shiz and Prophet Noah, who was the grandfather of Prophet Noah alayhi salam. The Almighty Allah said in the Holy Quran in the chapter Surah Maryam, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم واذكر في الكتاب إدريس إنه كان صديقا نبيا ورفعناه مكانا عليا صدق الله العظيم. The Almighty Allah said, make a mention in the book Prophet Enoch, that is Enoch, make a mention of Enoch in the book. For he was a prophet, a righteous prophet of Allah, and we raised him to a high-ranking position. وَرَفَعْنَاهُ مَكَانًا عَلِيًّا. Our dear Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, on his historic journey, night journey, Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, his historic night journey and his eventual ascent to the heaven, he encountered Prophet Noah in the fourth heaven. وَرَفَعْنَاهُ مَكَانًا عَلِيًّا. In fact, while narrating the events that took place during that historic night, when he mentioned Prophet Enoch, that he encountered him in the fourth heaven, he made a reference to this verse of Surah Maryam, وَرَفَعْنَاهُ مَكَانًا عَلِيًّا. We raised him to a high-ranking position. Peace and blessings upon them all. So, Prophet Enoch was said to have been the first prophet ever to write and read. In fact, the art of writing and reading originated in the period of Prophet Enoch. In fact, in his hands, he was the first ever to be taught how to write and how to read. To the extent that scholars of Arabic conjugation said that his name Idris is derived from the word darasa. Yadrus, darsan, or darasa, yudarrisu, tadrisan. And that's hence he was called Idris, for he was the first ever, he was the first human being to have been taught how to read and how to write. Anyway, the culture of reading and writing started from his time. And even during his time, there was no idolatry. People were still on the right path of their grandfather Adam, meaning that the mandate being exercised by Adam, Shiz, and Enoch was a little bit different from that exercise by Prophet Noah. For Prophet Noah encountered idol worshippers, and he was dispatched to them to preach to them, admonish them, and warn them against the consequences of idolatry. And so did he convey the divine message to his people. The Almighty Allah narrated how he conveyed such message to his people in quite a number of passages, the first of which was in the chapter Surah Al-A'raf, where the detailed account, or rather a relatively detailed account of how he conveyed his message to his people was provided in that chapter. Earlier than that, only his name was mentioned, just like we did mention in the last episode in the chapter of Nisa. The Almighty Allah made reference to him by saying, Inna awhayna ilayka kama awhayna ila Nuhin wa nabiyina min ba'di wa awhayna ila Ibrahima wa Ismaila wa Ishaqa wa Yaquba wal asbadi wa Isa wa Ayyuba wa Yunusa wa Haruna wa Sulaiman wa atayna Dawuda Zabura wa rusulan qad qasasnahum alayka min qablu wa rusulan lam naqsusum alayk wa kallama Allahu Musa taklima. Sadaqallahu al-azim. The Almighty Allah said, we send down a revelation to you in the same manner we did send down a revelation to Noah and those who came after him, that and the prophets who came after Noah. This gave a clear evidence that prior to Prophet Noah, no prophet had ever been sent to his people to convey a message that is to warn his people against idolatry, because there was no need for that. Prior to the time of Prophet Noah, there was no idolatry. That's why the Almighty Allah said, Ila Nuhin wan nabiyina min kama wana ila Nuhin wan nabiyina min ba'dihi. He didn't say wan nabiyina min qabli, min ba'dihi. Prophets who came after him, meaning that he was the first ever to be sent. The preceding prophets who came before him were merely prophets, not apostles, but he was the first apostle. You can see the difference between his mandate and that of those who came before him, because he's combined both prophethood and apostleship, that is nubuwa and risala. Nubuwa, if we are to pause for a while to provide proper definition of both concepts, and nubuwa means prophethood. Nubuwa means someone being appointed a prophet and spoken to by the Almighty Allah, yet he is not dispatched to anyone. He is not sent to any nation, to any human being. He is just being chosen and appointed a prophet, and he is spoken to by the Almighty Allah. Even his wife might not know that he was a prophet or he is a prophet. That is prophet. While risala or apostleship means that someone being sent to a particular nation to warn them against the consequences of rejecting the divine message. That is why the Almighty Allah said, Rusulan mubashirina wa munzirina li'alla yakuna linnasi ala Allahi hujjatun ba'da rusul. These apostles, said the Almighty, I send them, or rather we send them, conveying glad tidings and clear warnings to their people, so that no human society, no society will come forward on the day of resurrection claiming that it has not been warned by a prophet, or rather the recipient of the message would have no ground on which to claim that they were not forewarned against the day of resurrection. So you can see, he didn't say Nabi'ina, he said Rusulan Mubashirina, meaning those conveying messages. So all apostles, all human apostles are prophets, but not all prophets are apostles. كل النبيين رسل وليس كل الرسل. And مثلا, we have angelic apostles. That is, Allah yastafi min al-malaikati rusulan wa min al-nas. The Almighty Allah chooses apostles from angels as well as from human beings. So you can see angelic apostles are not prophets. They are apostles. But كل الرسل أنبياء وليس كل الأنبياء رسلا. All apostles, all mortal apostles are prophets, but not all prophets are apostles. That is, the cycle of prophets is much wider than that of apostles. So Prophet Noah, as we said earlier, the Almighty Allah narrated first and foremost his story in relative details in the chapter Surah Al-A'raf. That is why he said, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم لقد أرسلنا نوحا إلى قومه فقال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره إني أخاف عليكم عذاب يوم عظيم قال الملأ من قومي إنا لنراك في ضلال مبين قال يا قوم ليس بي ضلالة ولكني رسول من رب العالمين أبلغكم رسالات ربي وأنصح لكم وأعلم من الله ما لا تعلمون أواجبتم أن جاءكم ذكر من ربكم على رجل منكم لينذركم واذكروا إذ جعلكم لينذركم ولتتقوا ولعلكم ترحمون فكذبوا فنجينا وهم معه في الفلك وجعلناهم خلائف وأغرقنا الذين كذبوا بآياتنا إنهم كانوا قوما عمين. صدق الله العظيم. Then followed by a similar story in the chapter Surah Hud alayhi salam and subsequent passages in the Holy Quran. The last of which, with relative details, is the one in the chapter Surah Al-Qamar, where the Almighty Allah said, كذبت قبلهم قوم نوح فكذبوا عبدنا فقالوا مجنون وازدجر فدعا ربه أني مغلوب فانتصر ففتحنا أبواب السماء بماء منهمر وفجرنا الأرض عيونا فالتقى الماء على أمر قد قدر وحملناه على ذات ألواح ودسر تجري بأعيننا جزاء لمن كان كفر ولقد تركنا آية فهل من مدكر. صدق الله العظيم. So this is the last story of Prophet Noah as far as the serial arrangement of the chapters of the Holy Quran is concerned. And the first of which is in Surah Al-A'raf and the last one is Surah Al-Qamar. And you can see, if you were to comparatively analyze the passages, that if we were to conduct comparative analysis of the passages that discuss the story of Prophet Noah, we can see some of the passages will concentrate on the engagement between the Prophet and his people. And some other passages will rather focus on the consequences of their rejection of the message. And another part will concentrate on the struggle of Prophet Noah in order to make them understand that this message is the only way for them to secure salvation as far as the life of the hereafter is concerned. In fact, for them to secure salvation in this world and thereafter, they have only one choice, that is to follow the message. If we are to start analyzing the first episode in the chapter Surah Al-A'raf, لقد أرسلنا نوحا إلى قومه فقال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره. Call to remembrance, oh, certainly we have sent Noah to his people, and he told them, O my people, Ubudullah, worship the Almighty Allah, besides whom you don't have any other deity. ما لكم من إله غيره, besides whom you have no any other deity to worship. إني أخاف عليكم عذاب يوم عظيم, for I fear for you the punishment of a great day, that is the day of resurrection. يوم عظيم. What was their response? That is in this passage. They say, قال الملأ من قومه إنا لنراك في ضلال مبين. The elite class of his people were the first to respond to his message. That they were the first to give an answer to this message. The leadership of that society. قال الملأ من قومه إنا لنراك في ضلال مبين. Certainly, as far as we are concerned, you are in an obvious misguidance. You are being misguided. You claim to be mandated to guide us to the right path. But unfortunately, they said for them, he is in an obvious misguidance. Inna lanaraka fi dalalin mubin, a manifest misguidance. And what was his response? Would he shout at them? Would he yell at them? Would he do what? Just because he was mandated by God to speak in his name? No. What did he say? Did he sound provocative? Did he sound provoked? Of course, their attitude was quite provocative. But was he provoked? He took no offense at all. He said, oh my people, I am in no way, that is, I am out of harmony. I am not in any way on the same page of misguidance, with misguidance. I'm far, far away from being misguided. ليس بي دلالة ولكني رسول من رب العالمين. All I can tell you is I am truly an apostle from the Lord of the universe. أبلغكم رسالات ربي وأنصح لكم وأعلم من الله ما لا تعلمون. أبلغكم رسالات ربي. I am here to deliver the message of my Lord to you. وأنصح لكم, so that I can give you a good advice. That is, I will counsel you. I will give you a good counseling. وأنصح لكم وأعلم من الله ما لا تعلم. For I know from my Lord, from the Almighty Allah, what you don't know. I am being endowed with a special knowledge by the Almighty Allah, of which you know nothing. ما لا تعلمون. أوعجبتم أن جاءكم ذكر من ربكم على رجل منكم لينذركم ولتتقوا ولعلكم ترحمون. Are you surprised? Are you amazed by the fact that that an admonition came to you from your Lord through a human being, a mortal? Ala rajulin minkum, a mortal from you, a human being, someone who happened to be your brother. لِيُنْذِرَكُمْ, so that I will give you a clear warning. وَلِتَتَّقُوا, so that you may exercise piety, you may be pious. وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ, and by so doing, you will be given, or you will receive the divine mercy. لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. And what happened eventually? فَكَذَّبُوا, they disbelieved him. فَنَجَّيْنَاهُ وَمَن مَّعَهُ بِالْفُلْكِ, and we delivered him along with him all those who believed in him. وأغرقنا الذين كذبوا بآياتنا, and we drowned those who disbelieve in our veritable signs. We caused them to drown in the flood. The flood consumed them all. مما خطيئاتهم أغرقوا فأدخلوا نارا فأغرقناهم فكذبوا فنجيناهم وجعلنا وأغرقنا الذين كذبوا بآياتنا. We delivered him along with those who believe in him, and we made them heirs in the land. That is, they inherited the message, they inherited Prophet Noah after his departure, although that was restricted only to his children, Sam, Ham, and Yafith, the three of them. So here we can see how this is only one out of quite a number of passages where the story of Prophet Noah is being discussed in the Holy Quran. So inshallah, when we come back in the next session, we are going to continue with this relative analysis of the passages that discuss the story of this great prophet, so that we can see how he exercised the mandate which is the mandate conferred on him by the Almighty Allah. That is how to speak, how to speak in the name of God, how to convey the divine message to his people. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad al-Fatih lima ughliq wal khatim lima sabaq nasir al-haqq bil haqq wal hadi ila siratikal mustaqim wa ala alihi haqqa al-daril azim. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Assalamu alaikum. Sun yi sallah can kusan